Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Mason the Mason. In this video, I am pouring a pool deck. So it's like a cantilever pool deck. So if you'll notice, I'm gonna show you over here. Boom. So the concrete goes right out over the edge. In this pool, the concrete needs to be poured before the liner goes in. So that's why it looks like this. So there's my forms. Another form over there. We're gonna go around the pool this way. It's styrofoam, right? And it's got two little strips of tape. Now it's important that you don't rip off the sticky part of the tape. They're really challenging to get going. So I take a knife and have to do it that way to get these off without ripping sticky stuff off. If you just start pulling on these, you'll rip the tape clean off, and you don't want that. So I take a knife and I go backwards. So you'll know if you did it right if it peels off really easy. So I'll show you, I've messed up a little bit. If you start pulling the styrofoam with it, you'll see, you'll know that's bad. All right, and you can pull these easy like that. That's how you know it's good. So I pull about 2 feet. Way over here. You want to butt this up. So you hold this part out into the pool area. This part you butt right in to what you have, and you tuck it right in there. There's a lip here on the form that goes right up into this very smoothly, and then you stick it real fast. You get one shot with these forms. If you stick it and then it's in the wrong spot and you rip it off, you're gonna rip that sticky part right off of your form, and that's like $15 ruined. So as you go across, you gotta pull these things as level as you can, or you rip them, and then it's a pain because they're not gonna stick properly because they're ripped and you don't have all that sticky surface. So as you go across, you just keep it nice and tucked, tight right here, a smooth transition. And you just keep moving back and pulling these. And you go along it like this and make sure that that stick is nice and tight. So I'm gonna do another one of those and then show you what to do on the corners. So this is like the trickiest part you get when you have these forms. So on the bend, you know, it's pretty hard. If you just take this normal and bend it, you'll snap it right in half, right? But what I did is I put this like packaging tape all over this, right? And the most important thing with this is where the concrete is, you want it as smooth as possible. You don't want any air bubbles or nothing. So make sure you push all of the air out of here. Next thing you're gonna do, I already have this open. Figure out where you're gonna bend it. And you're gonna pre-bend it. See that it even popped now, even with the tape. So this is pretty challenging. So you pre-bend this thing. We're gonna pull a little bit of the tape. Yo, can you grab 2 of those black things that twist in here? So I'm fortunate enough that I have this little rail here that you can, there's these little clips that you can put in to help hold this in place as you go. So we're gonna get a bunch of the form ready. Hold this into the form. Butt it into there as close as you can. You kind of like bend it, match it up to that form, push it in, and you go right along here, just like the other form. Alright, let me see one of those. So I can just push this through here into the track, twist it, hold it in place. That way it keeps it sucked to the bottom. A lot of times when you do fiberglass, you can't do that. So we're good to go for a little bit now. Oh no, that just happened. For some reason that part was cut. So yeah, when that tears in the middle of when you're doing it, awful, because then you have to stop and try and like peel it back off. I ripped it all the way off, which now it's really scary because you only get one shot with this. So I have to be really careful as I go into this corner, right? So we're gonna come over here. So you can see Reggie is holding that away from the pool for me, and I'm gonna come over here. And you kind of like keep it away and push it against the form because you need it to be tight. If you don't push it in like I'm doing here, there creates spaces and it doesn't stick right. Can you go hold the back of that, please? Keep it away as I push it in. Should be good. Thank you. Then again, you just keep sticking it. See that? That's what happens when it's not pushed in all the way. It keeps trying to rip off. But it's really, really close. You got that other thing? Yes. There, right there. I can't see. Will you hand it to me? Oh, thank you. So I'm just really fortunate that I have these tracks here. And you can just stick them in like that. If it's in there good. So it's hard to tell with what I'm doing here, but I got these things right here that go right into the track that hold the bottom so it won't pull out on me in these corners. Now I'm gonna go through and stick the rest of the straight ones on this side, and I'll show you what to do next. So I got all the forms up. The next step is you want to tape the edges here. So if you see there, wherever they come together, like they butt together, you want to tape that seam so you have a nice transition. You can't see it on the face. Like over there, you notice how it's all smooth. It's because we taped that up. The next thing is you do not want any concrete to bleed down in here and get stuck in there because it's going to mess up the track for the liner in here. So all I do is put a bead of tape along here like this. When I was growing up, my parents always put it really far back, right? They put it back in here, you know, and then when you finish it, you gotta cut it with a razor blade, and it just takes forever. So I actually just thought of this today. I'm gonna put this tape as close as I possibly can to the edge here. So you see there's still like, I'm only touching about 1/8. As long as the concrete's not getting down in there, I think it's fine. I'm hoping when I rip these forms off, boom, the tape just comes right out with it and I don't gotta worry about messing with the razor blade. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure there's gonna be some spots I still gotta cut, but I think this will be more productive than doing it and taping it back farther. I think that'll hold the concrete from going down and it will be easier to finish, so we'll see. And then once I'm done with this, I'll show you what to do next. So you're all done, you're all taped up. Now, you wanna put these self-tappers right here, roughly every 12 inches. And you got a tie. These are called cantilever ties, right? They got a washer on it, and there's a snap point here, so you can rip them off when it gets hard so you can finish the face of these forms. So what you do is, let's see, Reggie do this next one. So you can see him tying it to it. So you go about 1.5 inches down. This is a good one to do it on. Since it's got tape, you gotta twist it so you don't rip the tape off. So you twist it in a circle and you push it through the other side, like 1.5 inches down, right in the middle of the form. Right, yeah, you're good. I'm just explaining it as it goes. Pull it all the way through, and you want this to be as flat as possible to the form, because there's a kink in it if it's not right. Then over here, you just wrap it around. Make sure it's tight, and you wrap it around that screw, and there you go. It's good. you know, that'll hold the concrete in there. And you do that every 12 inches all the way around the pool here. So forms are set, it's taped, self tappers in there, and we got them all tied up. They're all flush. Yeah, and you're ready to pour a cantilever pool deck. Thanks for watching.